Hello class 7 students, welcome to Brainwaves class English. This is your English educator Bhumi, and today we are going to do chapter 3 of your book Gopal and the Hilsa-fish. This story is written in the form of a comic strip. Now let's start the class. It was the season for Hilsa-fish. Fishermen could only think of Hilsa-fish. Even the sellers also sold nothing but Hilsa-fish. Come buy, the price of Hilsa is down today. Householders could talk of nothing but only Hilsa-fish. How much did you pay for that Hilsa? You wouldn't believe it if I told you. This way the communication goes on between a customer and the seller. In the palace also, courtiers could discuss nothing but Hilsa-fish. They says to the Majesty, Your Majesty, you should have seen the huge Hilsa I caught. It was... Stop it, Majesty is telling. Are you a courtier or a fisherman? The courtier fell silent with downcast eyes. The king felt guilty. I'm sorry, I lost my temper. It is the season for Hilsa-fish and no one... Now the king was very frustrated with the term Hilsa-fish. Thus suddenly when he listened about Hilsa-fish in front of his courtiers, he was angry. He lost his temper for some minutes and later he also felt guilty. Now Majesty tells to Gopal that he could not stop anyone for talking about Hilsa-fish, not even for 5 minutes. Then Gopal says that, I can do it, Your Majesty. Then let me see you buy a huge Hilsa and bring it to the palace without anyone asking you a word about it. Majesty tells this thing to Gopal and Gopal accepts that challenge. Next, a few days later, why is your face half-shaven? Gopal's wife asks, and later Gopal says that I am dressing up to buy a fish. What's the matter with you? Why are you smearing yourself with ash? I told you I am dressing up to buy a Hilsa-fish. This is now Gopal's strategy. What is the strategy? Let's see. Again, his wife says, listen to me. Please, you can't possibly go out in those disgraceful rags. What are you up to? Gopal is telling, how many times must I tell you, woman? I am out to buy a huge Hilsa-fish. The woman said, it's happened to him. He's gone mad. Later, Gopal bought the Hilsa-fish and started walking towards the palace. Someone is telling, a child is telling mainly, Mother, look at that man. Isn't he comical? Then two people talking among themselves. One is telling that he must be a madman. Hush! I think he's mystic. When Gopal reached the court, then two soldiers, they said, what do you want? Then Gopal replied, I want to see the king. You can't see the king. Get away with you. Gopal began to dance and sing loudly. Later inside the palace, king is thinking that the man is crazy. Throw him out at once. I want to see the king. Let me in. These things actually the other people were talking and the king maybe could listen that, as we can see the picture, and he was in a thought. Actually the king was not thinking all these things and not even telling. This was all about the outside the soldiers was telling and king could listen from inside and maybe he was thinking something. Later when a soldier came inside and said to king something, Then king told that bring that man at once. Even doesn't give any chance only for the soldier to speak something. Okay. And then soldier said, okay, yes, I am bringing your majesty. Then Gopal was brought before the king. In that palace, somewhere talking among themselves again, it's Gopal. The man has lost his mind. I think it's one of his crazy jokes. People were talking about themselves, among themselves. All right, Gopal, out with it. Why are you dressed up in this ridiculous fashion? King is asking. Gopal replies, Your Majesty, you seem to have forgotten something. King is thinking, forgotten something? What? Then Gopal says, strangely enough, no one seems to be interested in Hilsa-fish today. From the market to the palace and in the court, not a soul has spoken a word about Hilsa-fish because of his makeup. All were complimenting on his makeup, on his looks and everything. They even don't have focused on the Hilsa-fish because Gopal have challenged kings. Only then did the king remember the challenge he had thrown to Gopal. Then king says, mainly he's laughing and telling, ha ha ha, well Gopal, congratulations, you have achieved the impossible once again. So this way we can see that how Gopal have successfully won the challenge. As he was done his makeup in a very different manner, nobody have seen the Hilsa-fish. Rather, they were complimenting on the makeup of Gopal. And Gopal this way won the challenge. Mainly the challenge was that for 5 minutes nobody will talk about Hilsa-fish. But not only for 5 minutes, but till the journey, really no one spoke about Hilsa-fish. Hope that you have understand this comic strip, Gopal and the Hilsa-fish. To reach our channel, click on the link that is given on the screen. Playlist is created. New videos will be posted on the playlist. You can access these videos through the playlist. In our channel, primary education as well as secondary education is provided. Primary education English, I am continuing, class 6 and class 7. Secondary education class 11 and class 12, nutrition and biology is done by our Shush ma'am. So till this much for today. Let's meet on next day, and one important thing that your video lectures will be posted in an alternate days. Today your video lecture is posted. Now next your video lecture will be posted on Wednesday. This way it will get continued. So till this much then for today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.